In this tutorial, we are going to learn what antimicrobial resistance is. You also get to know the groups of antimicrobial agents. And in the practical session, you will learn how to identify antimicrobial resistant genes in genomic data using the ABRicate software. You also get to know the PC requirement for this tutorial. Install ABRicate software, download an example dataset, run the ABRicate software on the data, interpret the results, and finally, obtain additional information about the hit genes in the NCBI database. Antimicrobial resistance occurs when microbes develop mechanisms that shield them from the effect of antimicrobial agents. Some microbes may pass on their drug resistance to others, and this is what makes this phenomenon problematic. Antimicrobial agents have been classified into various groups, and some of these groups have been displayed on the screen for you. In terms of the tools for identifying AMR genes, there are a couple of them, and this paper here gives a list of some of the tools, and so I will encourage you to read this paper to learn what tools are available to perform this analysis. For this tutorial, I'm going to use the tool ABRicate to perform this analysis. ABRicate is an open source tool which can be found on GitHub. It's very simple and easy to use, and it's also easy to install, and that's why we are going to use this software. It accepts faster file formats, and so that is what we are going to use. In order to follow this tutorial, you need to have a Linux PC, and you also need to have the Anaconda package manager installed. Instructions on how to install the Anaconda software package manager is given in the description box below. I've made a video tutorial on that separately, so you do that. So now that you are all set, let's head to the Bioinformatics lab to start the analysis. So first of all, after you are done installing your Anaconda software package manager, we configure and add channels. And so we do that by saying conda config add channels, and then we specify the channels we are adding. And so the first channel we are going to add is the bioconda channel. We add a second channel, which is conda forge. Okay, so that is how channels are added. Let's show the channels. Okay, yes, so we have them added. The next step is to create an environment and install the ABRicate software. So for this, we are going to create the environment and install the software at the same time. And so we do it this way. We create the environment, conda create-n. Let's say the environment name is AMR. And now we input the software we want to install as well. When you go to the developers page, it also shows additional ways of installing the software. You will now be asked to confirm that you are installing the software. So you type yes, which is Y, and you hit the enter button. And so installation proceed. So conda will download all the packages for you. The reason why I recommend you to use Anaconda to install the software is that it also downloads all the dependencies and then installs them. So you should definitely use it. After the installation is complete, you have a message indicating the environment has been created and software is installed. So now let's proceed. So let's first clear this environment first. The screen to make it nicer. So we will now activate the environment. So activating the environment enables us to use the software installed in that environment. So now we can test ABRicate. Great. So now installation has been done successfully. So now let's download the data. So I'm going to download the data, and then the download link to the data set will also be given in the description box below. So I will save it on my desktop. There's the file we are going to use. You can leave it as it is. So it's saved on my desktop here. So I will now move to the terminal again and then restart the analysis. First, let me clear the screen. And because it was on my desktop, I'll have to CD to the desktop so that I'm in the same path as the file. So there it is. Now, ABRicate has a number of databases to perform various functions. So before we do the AMR finding, let's look at the databases available on ABRicate. So we do that by issuing the command So these are the databases available here. Okay, so this is how it is. So you can update the databases or you can leave them as it is, but for now we are not going to. The purpose of the presentation is to perform the task. So if you want to update the databases, you can do that by visiting the developers page. Now the database we are going to use is the NCBI database. Okay, that's what we are going to use to find the antimicrobial resistance genes. So now let's hop right into it. So we first issue our command ABRicate, and then we specify the file, which was the file name, and then we specify the database DB, and then we indicate the name of the database, which is NCBI, and then we also indicate the format we want to save it. By default it's TSV, that's tab separated, but we want to use a CSV format, so we say CSV. And then after that, by default ABRicate prints out the result. So if you want to save it to a file, then we use the greater than symbol and we specify the file name. So let's just say we want to save it as amr.csv. So then we hit enter. And so once it's done, it indicates the report as well, that it has found 6 genes. Okay. So let's look at the genes. If you do an ls, you'll find the file here has been created. Okay, that has the 6 genes. Let's just do this head minus N3, or let's just say head CSV, and then we see. So we have these files created. Now let's go and open it in a spreadsheet software, okay, so that we can do the interpretation from there. This is the file. So we have the AMR. So let me open it. Okay, so we will have some columns in the output file that gives information. So the first column gives the name of the file that the genes were found in. Okay, please note that the input file was an assembled contigs, so it contains contig sequences. Okay, so that is what we used. So the name of the file and then the contig on which the genes were identified. And so if you look at the file, the space contigs faster file, this contig had a hit. And so we also have hit here and all that. And then the third column here indicates the stats, hit stats. That means the identified genes which position on the contig did that sequence starts from. So 2324 means that the sequence of the identified gene started from the position 2324 on this contig. Let me enlarge it a bit here. On this contig, and then the end indicates the end position on that same contig. And then we also have the strand. So the strand indicates whether it was identified on the positive, which is forward, or on the negative, which is the reverse strand. We also have the gene name. So MECA, that's the gene name. That's the antimicrobial resistance gene that was identified on that contig. We also have coverage. Okay, so coverage will tell us how many bases the hit gene covered. Okay, so if we have 2007 here, that's the number of bases for the hit gene, and we have 1 to 2007, which is it covered the entire length, the entire base of that hit gene. So we have 1 to 2007 here. Okay, so that is for the coverage. We also have the coverage map indicating hits. So if you have equal to, that means it's a hit. And if you had a slash, that would have meant a gap. But looking at this and then looking at the coverage, that means it was 100% coverage. And we can see that here as well. That means the entire length of the gene was identified as hit in that contig. Gaps 0. And the percentage identity was found to be 99.95. Okay, that's the identical. So it wasn't an exact match. And so if you don't have an exact match, then it could mean that there's a mutation somewhere or a gap somewhere. And so this will actually affect whether the protein is actually expressed or not. And then it indicates the database is also indicated. Which database does this gene occur on? I mean, in terms of information from the database. So NCBI means that this gene information from that particular hit gene here, you can find it in the NCBI database. And this is the accession number of that particular gene. We also have the products telling us some additional information about the gene. So this tells us it's the beta-lactam resistant gene. So that means that it's resistant to drugs or antimicrobial agents in that particular group. And the resistance here is methicillin. That means that this gene is resistant to the methicillin antimicrobial agents. So that is how this interpretation can be done. Now, this gives us summary of the gene. So if you want to get more information about the gene, then we can go to the NCBI database to find information about the gene. So since we have the accession number here, we can use, let's use this one here. We can use it and go to NCBI and then find more information about that. So I'll also show the link to the NCBI page where you can find that information there. So let's quickly go there and then check. So let's just say there's the link. So we can go there and then we'll copy this accession number here and then paste it here and then wait for the hit. So it gives us the information of this one. So we can go here. Okay, so it says drug class beta-lactam subclass methicillin. Okay, so we can click on this link and then get the sequence of this gene. Okay, and then find some additional informations about that. Okay, so if you have the sequence, you can even download the gene bank format and even visualize it using the DNAPlotter, which I've made a video on that also to get more information and a visual representation of this antimicrobial resistance gene. So I also like to say that the data set for this tutorial was obtained from an online bioinformatics workshop and the page is displayed on the screen. So thank you all for watching and I'll see you in the next session. Bye bye.